Hi pretty people, welcome to Ona Tarot. Hi, I'm Beth. Exciting news before we get into the reading. We are partnering up with Otter Spirit once again. So, something really cool that's coming up as of whenever I'm posting this video is on September 7th. We are going to be having a full moon eclipse, which is going to coincide with the harvest moon, which is really cool. I really like the harvest moon energy, so I'm going to be doing personally my own. I have something that I'm doing for my own practice. So Otter Spirit sent over some really cool bracelets. We have a citrine one, labradorite, and amethyst, and all of those coincide with the energy of the harvest moon. The harvest moon is all about the shift, like symbolizing the shift from summer to fall. So it's about abundance, new beginnings, transition and release. It's really cool. I'm really into it. So the bracelets I got sent to coincide with that energy. Citrine for abundance, which a gorgeous color actually. And then labradorite to connect with like the affirmation that's associated with labradorite that they sent over is I'm the change I want to see in the world, which I really dig. And then amethyst for I am letting go of fear and embracing peace. Plus all of these together do give Halloweeny colors. So if you like to do your own personal workings, or if you like to work with the moon and the full moon, especially with the harvest moon that's coming up, I really recommend checking out some of their stuff just so you can like amplify whatever it is that you're working on. Like I'm personally going to be wearing my bracelets whenever I do my own like manifestations and like letting go rituals, just to like add to the energy that I'm doing, or the energy that I'll be working with. So if that's something that sounds like it's up your alley, then I would check out Otter Spirit. What's really cool about Otter Spirit is that every bracelet also supports otter conservation. So anytime you purchase a bracelet from them, they donate $1 to different charities, and I also think they work with one of the aquariums in California to support sea otter conservation. It's really cool. Yeah, so if this sounds like something that you would be interested in, feel free to use code BETH20 at checkout and you can get 20% off your purchase. So if Otter Spirit sounds like something you'd be interested in, they'll be linked down below, as well as my code that you can use at checkout. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get back into the video. Howdy, hey, what's cracking? Welcome to hey Fig, welcome to Bona Tarot. Hi, I'm Beth. So for today's video, I almost said reading, I want to take a look at how to know if a reading is for you or not, because this is something I struggle with myself, especially when it comes to like pick a card readings on YouTube. Not so much, I will say, not so much like TikTok readings or Instagram readings, but that's primarily because I don't really consume too many of those. I'm like way more picky with those than I am, I don't know, I have like a couple of my like YouTube tarot readers that I'm very loyal to, so I think that's primarily the reason. Yeah, but I have noticed that like some people in the comments of my readings will be like, I don't even know if this is for me, but I'm just gonna hang out, or which like thank you, I love when people hang out, or if people are like, this doesn't even sound like me, or there's no way I would ever be interested in a person like this, if it's like a love reading or something, then it's like, okay, well, how can we help to identify whether you know this reading is for you? Because that, if you're like, I would never date someone like this and it's a love reading, then that's obviously a telltale sign that like probably not your reading. So yeah, we're gonna take a look. I have like 6 different bullet points for how you can tell a reading is for you or not, so let's go ahead and get into it. Number 1, number 14, Burger King foot lettuce. Number 1, you feel called to watch it. Whoa. That one's kind of obvious, I think, but it's the how do I know if I feel called to watch it or not that is the real kicker, right? So a way you know you feel called to watch a reading is like one surefire way is you go, do I feel called to watch this or not? Okay, cool, let me step away and go do something else. And then if I find myself thinking about the reading, like, oh, I really want to watch that reading, or like I'm really curious as to what it's saying or about or something like that, if you are still thinking about it, after being away from it, and it's not just like an instant gratification, like I want to watch a reading, then I think that's a way you can know that the reading is for you, that you are feeling called to watch it. If you're like, for example, if you're like on your phone, that I'm using my phone to film. I'm using my phone to film. I was trying to find it. If you're on your phone, on like TikTok or something, and you're like, I'm gonna scroll back, maybe not, maybe I would watch it. Or like, for another reason is like if it's a multi-part reading on TikTok or Instagram or something, and the first part pops up, and then you're like, no, I'm not gonna watch this, and then later you get like part 2. I think that's another way you can tell the reading is for you, because you're not just getting like one of the parts, you're getting both. And usually I have noticed, I don't necessarily think it would be a 100%. I mean, like, there is going to be algorithm associated with that. That's why you're getting tarot readings on your free page in the first place, because they know you like them. But I have noticed that more people watch like the first part than they do like the second part. So if you're getting both on your page, then I think that's a pretty good way to tell. Of course, use your own discernment. If you're like, I don't know, I don't really buy into that, then that's so cool, and you're allowed to have an opinion. And I think it's great that we can coexist with different opinions. I think it's beautiful. That'll even happen to me, and sometimes I'm like, no, but most of the time it's just because I just like don't want to sit and watch a tarot reading as a tarot reader, which is kind of funny. Yeah, that's like one of the ways you can know that you're feeling called to watch a reading. Cool. Number 2. The message is aligning with you and with where you're freaking at. Yep. Do you guys know Destiny Deck Tarot? I love him. I love him. If you like satire, when it comes to readings and vulgarness, please check them out. Please check them out. Anyway, the message aligns with you and where you're at. So, again, this one feels really obvious to me. If you're watching the reading and you're like, this doesn't sound like me, this doesn't sound like someone I'd be interested in, this sounds like bullshit, probably not your reading. If it's like, if you're getting a reading, a general reading, and you're like, yo, this ain't even about me, then the beautiful thing about the internet is you can click away and then go find a different group or a different pile and find the one that is for you. And that's really beautiful, I think, is that you don't have to sit through the things that you don't want to sit through. I think a lot of people forget that. Yeah, if the message is aligning with you and where you're at, that's definitely for you. You know, if you're like, that's why I like readings with energy checks, especially. Ace of Tarot, you have my heart, and for doing that, for introducing that to me. Those are beautiful, because if I'm reading the energy check, or if I'm watching the energy check and I'm like, that's not where I'm at. No, I'm not really dealing with that. Yeah, actually, probably like the other day I was watching one and they're like, and it was Asa, of course, my queen. And it was one where it was like, if you're not having a really hard time right now, if you're not going through it, if things aren't super duper extra changing around you, then this is not your reading. I was like, and that's not my reading. And so it's not my reading. Like, thank you. You're so right. So if you like struggle with like knowing if a reading is for you, I really, really, really recommend sticking to readings that have energy checks, because they are really, really helpful. If you don't know what an energy check is, then it's just like a little intro into the reading, where it's like literally asking like, okay, who is this reading for, and how will they know like it's for them, or something similar, period. Like that's it. Or if it's about a person, if you're getting like a love reading about a person, then the energy check could be like, here's what this person is like. And if you're like, that doesn't sound like my person at all, then it's not for you. And if you're like, it kind of sounds like my person, kinda, then like maybe the message is kind of for you. It's a general reading, so sometimes it's gonna be kind of a general message, and some of it's gonna apply to you and some of it's not gonna apply to you. That's where the beautiful tool of discernment comes in. I love discernment. She is beautiful and so needed and necessary here in the tarot community. Number 3, your personal signs and synchronicities show up repeatedly in the reading itself. This one you have to like stick the reading through and really listen to it to know. Or if you're getting like a reading on TikTok, then sometimes the readers, I don't really do this because I'm a little lazy, but sometimes the readers will put up like signs and synchronicities associated with the reading, like dragonflies, bumblebees, Hellman's mayo, or something like that. I'm gonna be so real. Sometimes they are really specific like that, like matcha lattes. And then that's a way you can know the reading is for you. Like the other day I was doing a reading on TikTok and I was like, I don't know why, but I feel called to show you my iced coffee. We're gonna pretend my Dr. Pepper is my iced coffee. And then some people were like, oh my god, wait, pause, I'm drinking iced coffee right now. And like that's a way you can know that a reading is for you, low-key. If there's just a lot of like synchronicities or similarities or things different things like popping up in the reading, or like angel numbers. If you have a specific angel number, like for me 555 is my girl. If there's like a specific angel number that you associate with a person, a guide you have, or yourself, or whatever, and that shows up, then that's a way you can like know to like tune in a bit more. Or like if the reader is like, I'm smelling honey, or like I'm tasting honey, or like it smells like this specific flower, or like I'm getting like strong whiffs of like a perfume, it smells like old lady perfume or something like that. Yeah, just like the reader will hopefully, if they're a detailed reader, give extra like things that they're getting that feel kind of random. Trust me, when you're the reader yourself and you get like, say honey, you have to say honey right now. The food honey, bring up honey right now. And you're like, why the fuck am I bringing up honey right now? Like, okay, hey guys, getting honey, by the way, if that's relevant for any of you, the bees honey. Sometimes it feels weird to bring it up, but like it'll be relevant for someone, so you just have to find a reader that like gives into that, or like really listens to it and knows that like this feels really weird, but like it's gonna be for someone, it's a message for someone. Number 4, physical bodily reactions as confirmation. Chills, tears, like a little like shiver, you know, or like your ear rings. If you don't have tinnitus, your ear like kind of goes out a bit and rings and you're like, did I just get fucking flashbang? Like what the hell is happening right now? Those are gonna be some ways that you can know a reading is for you. Your guides will send like bodily messages. Also, ask your guides for, or like the universe, whatever you believe in, subscribe to, God, the universe, Mother Earth, your own gods, like ask them to be like, hey, can you give me like these signs to show me that a reading is for me? I know like Loki's like associated with spiders, I think Kate is too, so like that could pop up in a reading, stuff like that. Like you can ask your guides, hey, show me a dragonfly in the next reading that comes up on my For You page so I can know that it's for me. Stuff like that. Which, you know, like sometimes signs and synchronicities can pop up in the reader's tattoos, because would you look at that? It's a freaking dragonfly. This is Tony, by the way. Everybody say, hey, Tony. Thank you. Number 5. You are locked in to the reading. It is hard for you. You are super focused. It has your attention. You are rapt. Enraptured. Google. Show me this guy's balls, please. Yes! smart and knowing words. It's because I read. You're like minimally distracted. You're really able to pay attention and absorb what's being said. Watching does not feel like a chore. It's like you're not constantly picking up your phone and like, wait, I need to pay attention. Like, oh, I need to like go back. Like if you are constantly distracted, or if like it's glitching or there's a lot of things interrupting you getting into the reading, I would say that's a sign, or like a lot of signs, that the reading is not for you. If it's like the universe is like putting up fists trying to get you to like not watch it, you know? And then number 6, you're not questioning the ever-loving hell out of it. Like, wait, is that me? Like, do I actually do that? Am I actually like that? Is my perception of myself like completely wrong and off base? And is this how I actually am? Wait, what's that meme? Monkeys thinking. If this is you in your reading, I'm gonna go. I love him. Sorry. If that's you in your reading, probably not for you. Wait, like, is this like actually how my person is? Or like, have I been delusional? Which, hey, that's actually valid. Which is also why I like the energy checks of like you and them. Because if the you is correct and then you get the them and you're like, oh, like it kind of does sound like them, but there's also a lot of stuff happening in the them pile that like, maybe it would be good to like sit and listen to it, you know? Maybe there's some medicine in there that we like need to swallow, a hard pill to swallow, you know? Extra tips for consuming tarot readings online, especially generalized tarot readings. Don't do it when you're in a crazy emotional state. Please, please, please. It goes same like doing readings for yourself. If you're trying to do readings for yourself and you're like, oh, like, I'm feeling super anxious and unsure of myself and I'm questioning everything going on in my life right now and I'm also panicking. Let me do a reading for myself. Ooh, no. Do you think that's like do you think it's gonna be easy for messages to come in when it's like that? I know for me, the answer is not only no, but hell no and hell the fuck no. So make sure when you are receiving a reading, whether it's from yourself or like a friend or online, that you're in like a nice chillaxed state, receptive, open, you know, like I think that's gonna be the best way to receive a reading, especially like the open part. If you're going into it expecting like a very, very specific answer or like outcome or something like that, then I don't think the reading is going to be helpful for you unless you're just asking to be proven right or like asking for confirmation of a reading that you did yourself. And then you you do a reading for yourself and you're like, well, I just want to make sure, so let me watch this general reading and as like a double to like check my homework, you know? I think that can be good. I think that can be healthy. But if you're going into it and you're like, well, if I go into this group and the energy check resonates, but then they're like, my person, it doesn't take me seriously and they're only here to hook up, then obviously that's wrong and that's wrong and that's wrong. If you're not open to anything other than a very specific thing, and when you're trying to find answers to a question, then I think maybe wait until you're feeling more open to receiving a broader variety of answers. You know, like, for example, whenever I, a few years ago, would have, like, feelings for someone, and I'd be like, how do you feel about me? And then I'd pull cards on it, and then I'd get the Knight of Wands and no Cups cards. Like, what do we think the answer is? What do we Ace of Wands. What do we think the answer is? What do we think they're here for? I would get those cards and then I'd go, that's cool, but like, what else? What else? And I'd like try to keep pulling until I got the cards that I wanted. No. And then I just got myself in trouble and I effed myself over, you know, because I got my own hopes up because I was refusing to listen, you know? So if you're in like a similar state, one, you're probably gonna be in denial that you are. Real, so real. Two, it's not gonna be a good time for you to like take a moment to step away from the situation. Also, if you're like watching a pick a card video and you're like, I'm torn between piles 1 and 2, like which one is gonna be more accurate, I don't know. Boy, do I have a trick for you. Boy, do I have a trick for you. Use Siri. Use technology as divination. It's really cool and I recommend it. I look up and I ask my guys, I'm like, guys, is group 1 or 2 more accurate for me for this thing that I'm asking about? I think I'm kind of leaning towards group 1, but like, is it group 1 or 2? And then I say, if there's like 4 groups, pick a number 1 through 4. And then usually I'm right, it's 1 or 2. If I get like another answer other than the ones I was thinking, then I'll be like, okay, I'll check that out. And then I'm like, no. Sometimes it's good to check out other piles just to verify that like that's not it. It's like process of elimination, you know, when you're like taking a test, you're like, okay, well, it's not answer D or A, so it's gonna be either B or C. I'll just pick one randomly, and then if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, oh well, I did my best. I bet you can tell I was a really good test taker. Depends on the subject. Art history, yeah. Art history frequently did really well. Math. There's a reason I'm a tarot reader, guys. There's a reason that this is my job. There's a reason I have my BFA in jewelry design and metalsmithing. And it's not because I can do math. Anyway, that's just something that I like to do. Also, it's another way for me to like connect with my guides. I have like a lovely relationship with them. I love them, my homies for real. I have more of a casual relationship with them, to where I can just be like, guys, what do you think? Guys, where we dropping, boys? But if you have a more like serious connection with your guides, then like that's dope too. Everyone has their own ways of connecting with divinity. So if that's not your bread and butter and your jam, then you know, like there's a lot of other tips and tricks you can try. That's what I have in regards to this. If you have any other like tips or tricks or anything like that, feel free to leave like a comment down below to help out the people here. Yeah, that'd be really helpful and that'd be really cool. Thanks for joining me for this video. I hope it was helpful. Hope you got some answers that you were looking for. Feel free to follow me on social media. You can check me out on TikTok and Instagram. I post readings there. I also post silly things with tarot, like little joke stuff, little bits you could call them, maybe. Actually, maybe not a bit. They're just silly and they're fun. At Boned Tarot on TikTok and Instagram. You can check that out. You can also book a personal reading with me. Those are available down below. You can also check out my tarot deck and oracle deck that I made, the Boned Tarot and the Childlike Wonders Oracle. They're obviously both really cool. I'm not biased at all. Why would I be? It's not like I made them or anything. Those will be linked down below if you're wanting to support an indie deck creator and you like nature and skeletons and connecting with yourself and having fun, then those are going to be the decks for you. I'm also going to plug the Patreon here. You can become a Patreon member. It's like $5 a month, $5.55, because 555 is my angel number. I love her. Upload a lot of stuff on there. It's like I do an extra pick a card reading on there a month, and then tarot education content. I do in-depth readings on TikTok, and so then I'll upload extended readings to those TikTok readings that are on the Patreon. So you can get those too if you also follow me on TikTok. And then I create like tarot spreads that you can do for yourself if you read tarot, as well as you get voting power when it comes to the videos I upload here on YouTube, or like the reading topics for YouTube. Thanks for joining me, and have a good morning, afternoon, or night whenever you're watching. Bye.